All right, let's get into born again into the new age as the new heaven and earth is opening up, and crypto is one example of this. And there's a lot of things got to put together to understand all, like, in a focal point. So it's the 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 Christian church, the Judea Christian nation, okay, it kind of pulls from all religions. And as it pulls from all religions, that's where you have, they celebrate Easter, sex holiday, they got Christmas, sun worship day, all these pagan rituals that they just changed the name. Well, it's not pagan anymore. So as there is Ra-El, the Egyptian god, Isis Ra-El, all these things are coming into a spiritual to carnal, carnal to spirit, and we're seeing some replays in history, and we heard about this guy back when called Hitler, and we see these things unfolding in a flip-flop fashion to where the bad may be good and the good may be bad. And so, and also they're not just one spectrum that they were doing back then, and we're going into a new age, a new time, a new way of thinking, and all these types of things as the Jesus returns in us and the Christ consciousness comes upon the earth and is gathered, and that's done through AI. And it can be mainly just to open up all the seals so we see everything, and then it can just come to a stopping point at some point on one side of things. But the AI, that, and I can see that on one spectrum as far as the Beastmen when they say techno, and then you have to create a new area, like we see Israel that was created out of Hitler. We'll see like a new nation state created for the aliens, or the illegal aliens, the AI race or whatever kind of thing that's breaking upon the earth. And that's where this born again into the new age is happening now. And so when we are going forward and the 2020 vision is breaking open upon the earth, and this is when people are going to be like the people back in 2020 that are being pushed and propelled to do channels and whatever else and figure something out that they have no clue what they're figuring out. And this is what my channel's been about. But this is when you're seeing these things that you've been waiting for or expecting. And I got it with the trumpets, COVID, and the Corona lockdown and all those things. And then I saw it with the Obama. I saw it with the millennium happening. And back when I was a teenager, my church was involved with Shepherd Ministries, and we did End Times Night and all these other things. So this thing was set in my heart long ago, and I've been looking for these things long ago. And when I was taken up into that high place, I was shown kind of what was going on, and I had the 3 nights of dreams of numbers and all those other things that made me sick. But since these times, I've been propelled to figure out what is going on. And these numbers were given to me, and to figure out these numbers and whatever else. So this is where it's going out to whoever wasn't taken up, but they've seen and heard certain things. And then y'all are getting the reverb and the frequency changes or whatever. So y'all are having y'all's own experience. So as the Antichrist figures are being placed upon the earth and opened up, that's where like the Elon Musk is being placed over here, and this setting up this reverb with the hands off kind of thing. So when these this is that first state, like setting fires and such, is that first stage of that chakra, that hell on earth. And then you have the hungry spirits, and then the animals, and then the humans, and then the demigods, the gods, or the voice hearers, the caused awakened ones, those types of things. But all those account to the 7 days and the 10 worlds of Buddha and all those types of things. So that's when things are being put upon the earth. And we saw the Maui fires, the fire burn California, and all those things as that ring of fire is being placed upon the nation. So as the end times plays out on the world stage, this is when the people are going to get that resonance and be like, and they're going to either go up or down. All right. And all right. So as the 666, which is the symbol for evil, and the 777, God, heaven and earth, and the Jesus, the 888, all these things have been seared in the consciousness of man as the motion picture, the image given life has been put upon the earth. And now that stage, that tele-vision, is being placed upon the earth as the vision breaks open, and the people are going to see those kings or antichrists and those times like, hey, we took the mark, or we're left behind. All these types of things, okay, are going to be running through, and depending where you're at, will depend on how long it takes to rise up out of that system. But since most of the world is 80-20 rule kind of thing, 80% of the world would be in that hell spectrum, and that hell spectrum might be under having to go under the healthy or the Heil spectrum for the going behind the wall in a matter of speaking. And then the new nation and new America, new system setting up, while the old corrupt is being gathered up. And that's where you see like China and the tariffs and all those things playing out. And then Trump also doing the militarization of the border starting out, so that can be kind of protected, so then they go in through Texas and stuff. So the times that are being shown on the world stage, depending how much you know, what you know, what your background is, whatever kind of thing, right? Will tell you if that's the Mahdi rising, or if that's the second coming of the Lord, or if that's the Antichrist, all these different things. So as this is unfolding, people are going to see these things. They're going to be, and then be taken up into the high place. And this is kind of like where that mushroom effect, or that insanity, or that ACID, that acid trip, the Lucy, the daughter, the ribbon nucleic acid, those types of time frames that I've told you about are going to be playing out. And this is where you get that born again experience. All right. And that born again experience is going to happen to people on different levels. And we have to, unfortunately, a lot of times most people are going to have to break that programming on their own or whatever. But I believe it will get to a point where, because it's already done, so they basically need to start showing the people. So it's just a matter of time, and we see these things, all the cards being dealt very fast and furious the past couple months. So either way, we'll end it here, folks.